Hello and welcome to my first unboxing video on this channel. I'd like to give a big thumbs up to Koi and their amazing watercolors, specifically the 24 sets. I was super shocked when I found out that these are the ideal watercolors, and I was also very shocked when I looked on Amazon when I bought these, which was on August 4th of 2020. They were actually on sale for $16 for 2 days, and I hurried up and I got them from Amazon, and here they are. So as you see, I unboxed them. They're the Secure Koi watercolors, and they even come with a little mixing palette. I find that they're very useful because it's 24 colors. The max number of colors Secure Koi provides is 72. And of course I didn't get that because that's like $75. So I got the 24 set, so you can mix so many different colors. I don't even understand why you'd need the 72 set. And there's so many ways you can put this mixing palette on, and it comes with 2 sponges and, you guessed it, a water brush. And this water brush, when you first get it, the brush is just so smooth. It's like so hard to explain, and it's so crazy. And so are the watercolors. The watercolors are amazing. And it comes with this little black cap just for like storing it in, but you should remove that later on. You just screw it right off, and it's super simple. And yeah, these are my Koi watercolors. Okay, so the first color provided by Koi Watercolors is Chinese White. It is number 3. And it is a beautiful white color. Just beautiful. And the second color provided by Koi Watercolors is Lemon Yellow number 52. And it is just a beautiful lemon color. I'd totally color in a lemon with this. And if you're doing lemon juice, I totally do that. And the next color is Cerulean Hue, which is another one of those yellow colors. It has some orange in there, but it looks more yellow. And the next color is actually number 76, Permanent Yellow Deep. It's another orange color. And the next color is another one of the orange colors, and it is actually number 24, which is Permanent Orange. It's another orange color. And after that is actually another orange color that is actually number 67, which is Jaune Brilliant. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It sounds kind of French. Very French. And the next color provided by Koi is actually number 14, Vermilion Hue, which is a red. The first red so far of many reds. And the next red is Candium Red Hue. And after that is actually a very nice color. It's a pinkish one, number 22, called Crimson Lake. It's a very pink color. You could use it for blush if you pleased. And after that is Quinacridum Rose. I'm not really sure to pronounce that. It's very long, and it's basically just rose, so I'll just call it that. And after that is a color that you're probably very familiar with, purple. And excuse me for those loud thunders outside. I just decided to do this on a rainy day, but that's okay. We'll do something. And the next color is cobalt blue hue. There's a lot of hues. I'm not sure what that means, but it's a hue. I guess it's like a color tone, whatever. And after that is cerulean blue hue, another hue. And it looks pretty similar to that cobalt blue. It's very suspiciously familiar and similar. Very close. And after that is ultramarine deep, which is like a purple and a blue-ish color. And it's very, very beautiful. So beautiful. And after that is Prussian blue, which I accidentally blended with another color, but that's okay. Well, I guess we're testing out the blending too. And after that, we're getting into the greens. Permanent green pale, which is like a grass green. It's so beautiful for painting grass, landscape, or any other thing. Maybe a green t-shirt. I don't know. And after that is Verdian Hue, which has some blue tone in there. And the color after the beautiful Verdian Hue is actually Permanent Green Deep, which is also very beautiful. And that is number 92. I'm sorry for not keeping track of numbers. And the next color after that is actually olive green. And after that is yellow ochre. And there's a lot of beautiful tones. We're not done yet. And after yellow ochre is light red, which kind of looks like a skin tone. Light red's number 179. And after that is burnt umber, which is a skin tone. Yay! Number 194. And it is one of my favorite colors that came in this wonderful set. The next color is a sort of black color. It is Payne's Gray. And it pains me to say this, but this gray is pretty close to the next color, which is Ivory Black, number 4. And it's like you just added water to it. I don't think the Payne's Gray should have appeared in here, but that's okay. And now it's time to sketch out my drawing. It was a struggle to find out the colors I was going to use and what I was going to draw and what I was going to do with all these amazing colors. But I figured it out eventually. It was a hard decision, but I came through it. So I just did a quick sketch. The sketch was actually of a girl, maybe about 14, 15. I don't know the specific age, even though I made this character. But they're just wearing... At first I was going to make them wear a tank top and a skirt, but then I realized why not combine them. And this poor girl right here actually has a little cast on. She's just putting her hand on her shoulder so her hand doesn't fall. But she'll manage. And I ended up making the cast just plain white. Even though the skin was a different color, I just made the cast white because most casts are casts are white. And that's just like how normal casts look. So yeah, that's the cast. It looks pretty cool. And I really like how it looks. And at first I was gonna do like a cut skirt with buttons. But I ended up doing something else. And the hand is just like off to the side, like, get out of the way, whatever. I'm not using you right now, so, yep. But later on, I'm not sure what this character will do, but maybe she'll use her other arm eventually. And yeah, that would be very important to use your other arm. And she's wearing a bracelet. It ended up being pink, which was a very good idea for me. It was pink. And let me just tell you something. When I swatched out these colors, I was like, oh, all the watercolors I worked with in the past is just like so chalky. But these, it's so smooth. It feels the same as the paper. I know that's pretty shocking and a pretty large statement to say, but it feels the same as the paper. It's just so smooth. The paper buckles a little bit because, well, it's watercolors. Of course it will buckle. And I just did some normal eyes. Just some girl eyes. I draw a lot of girls. And that's just what I'm used to. So, of course, I draw a girl for my first unboxing. It's just instinct. So, this girl ended up having some puffy hair to resemble cotton candy and something like that, because I wanted to do like a mystical, not really mystical, but like imaginary, because the hair, I don't think anyone has cotton candy hair. That would be a little weird. But you get the point. So I just sketched this out quickly. And I went over it with my kneaded eraser. And now it's time to color. So I used a color. I don't exactly remember which color I mixed here. But it was one of those purpley tones, and I added some sort of red color to it to give it a little bit more warmth. And that turned out being very good. It turned to be, before it was a little more bluish and then it was a little more purplish because of that warmth. Warmth is very important. And I added a lot of water to it so it wasn't just like plain color, but some color with something added to it. And I'm sorry about that glare, but it's watercolor. Of course it has a glare. That's just like what watercolor does. And I added some just straight pigment to it. So it's like a gradients. And I ended up loving the gradients. It made it look like sky. It made it look like, well, gradients. And a lot of other things that just make you, it kind of looked like a galaxy also. A very, very nice galaxy. And even though I just used one tone, it looked like I used like a lot of different colors. That's the glory of watercolors. You can make so many colors just with maybe 5 colors. You can end up having like 15. So that's a lot of different things you can do. So, as I said, I ended up doing a dress, and that was a very good idea. And the dress, I ended up mixing it. First, I just wanted it to be like separate, but then watercolor just had to come in and blend it all together. So I just gave into the watercolor and let it blend. No matter what my first thought was, watercolor won me over, and I ended up loving the idea of the gradients from top to bottom, and in the bottom it was just beautiful. And I did some just like thin straps, really thin straps, just to add that summer look, because it is summer, and I wanted to give that, put some of that into the idea of my drawing. So for the bracelet, I just used a pink color. It was very beautiful pink. It was. And I really loved the color of it. And I believe it was Crimson Lake, but I could be wrong. It could be that rose color, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna have to take my guess for it. And for the skin, I used burnt umber. As I said before, it was a beautiful skin tone. But when I was actually looking at the box, I realized that it has it in different languages. And first it's English, then after that is other languages. And right under it said terracotta, which is a color I'm familiar with in markers and stuff like that. Terracotta. So burnt umber, terracotta, are they the same thing? So I guess they are. So all this time I've been saying terracotta, I guess it's burnt umber. And I just colored the skin with terracotta, and it was a very good choice. Instead of using one of those peach colors like John Brilliant maybe like permanent orange, and I ended up loving it. So I tried not to color the eyes in because I don't own right now any white gel pens, but so I didn't want to take that risk. So I ended up adding some little freckles. Well, not very little. They're actually pretty big. So I ended up blending out the closer to the bottom. I didn't add freckles there because freckles go on the cheeks and the nose. Well, I don't have freckles myself, so I'm not really sure where they go. And I added some color to the arm, trying not to blend with that bracelet because Crimson Lake and terracotta do not go good together. And I added some darker tone to the fingertips. And I ended up coloring on top of the cast with just plain white. It was pretty useless, but later on I did that. And now's where I start to incorporate that cotton candy look to it. And I just blended some of the most cotton candy looking colors that this koi watercolor set had. So there's some ultramarine deep, some Prussian blue in there, I believe some purple. So there's a lot of different colors in there just to add some tone to it and make it really look like cotton candy, because cotton candy isn't some sort of red color. It's not red. It really isn't. It's more of a, because you want cotton candy to look very colorful and something that you'll love. Not very bleh and disgusting, but something very nice and pleasing to the eye. So I just did, I don't know what these are, maybe pants under the skirt, maybe shorts. I'm not really sure, but there we have it, my drawing.